Hey traders, it's Jeffrey back with you from the algo-iq program. Some exciting trading on Friday morning after the CPI inflation economic report hit. But before we get into that and the great NQ trade that I took, let me let everybody know, I know it's been a week or two since I posted any videos. That's because we were busy closing and finalizing the program to kind of merge algo-iq with our developers' other program, the Prop Trading Indicators Pivot Point Group. So we will be making a few updates to the website to roll algo-iq into the prop trading indicators and the other set of indicators, tools, and strategies that we're going to be coding for TickBlaze as well, which is the Pivot Point Group. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to info@algo-iq.com. Soon we'll have information on both of those and kind of make things a little less complicated by having everything rolled together. That's what we wanted to wait for the Pivot Point Trading Group to kind of finish up all of the outstanding tools that were there and a couple of new strategies. So exciting news going forward. Okay, now let's shift gears and let me show you what we're looking at now is the GC or the MGC on my TickBlaze chart showing the algo-iq indicators. That's the AIQ1 and the super bands indicator. And I don't have any other indicators on this chart, but I just wanted to show you going into the 8:30 a.m. Eastern time frame, we knew that that CPI result was going to be something dramatic. We didn't know whether it was going to be positive, we didn't know whether it was going to be negative or flat, but I didn't want to take a chance trading right at 8:30. And many of you who are on prop accounts, you've got to wait until a minute after a news release anyway. So the 8:30 trade is really pretty difficult to trade. Let's just take a quick look and analyze it. And for me, by the way, when I'm trading economic reports, and I do sometimes bracket those 8:30 a.m. economic reports, I will use gold to take that trade. But if you take a look at the time frame down here, we are coming into 828, 829, 830. Look how many bars there were between 828 and 830. About 20 bars. When 830 hit, we've got hundreds and hundreds of Renko bars before we get to 831. A huge drop, then a spike up, then a drop back down. Let's take a look. As we move over, lots and lots of bars. We are, oops, sorry about that. Let's back up. Okay, tons of bars, up and down and up and down. Absolutely not tradable whatsoever. Let's take a look at the results. And here's why. The expected forecast was going to be a straight 0.3% on the core and the regular CPI month over month, and the year over year 2.5%. The numbers came in better than expected, okay? A 0.1% drop, so that is a meaningful drop in the month over month CPI. That means the CPI inflation index that the news reports love more than anything else. It's not the Fed's favorite index. They prefer the PCE to adjust interest rates, but nevertheless, this is an inflation drop. And the year over year, also down. One of the things that the street has been waiting for is what is happening with inflation after all of the tariffs and the rest of the global geopolitical events. So this was blowout news. These are blowout numbers. Now let's take a look at the trade that I placed. I waited. With these numbers, I'm saying I'm waiting for the market to open, perhaps the pre-market as well, but I have a definite long bias on the day, so I'm looking for a good long to get in with my algo-iq tools. Now let's go ahead and switch over to those, and I'll show you my trade. Okay, here we go. Here we are on the MNQ now. Let's go ahead and start the playback. Now, as you can see, we're about 942. The market opened right about here, went a little sideways, came up, certainly came down, and that was a nice move down, and we did get a pull outside of the super bands here, and you could have gotten in right over here. But I'm looking for longs, okay? I prefer to get those longs on a day like today because this could have come down to here, turned right back around, and stopped me out. So you can see, right when we came down here, let's pause it, I waited until my price went outside of the band, okay? Here are my signals. I'm looking for the triangle and or the dots. That's ready. I'm looking for a green line up, set, and then when I get my orange momentum signal, that's my go. Ready, set, go. And as soon as I see that orange signal on the close of that bar, I'm entering at market. Sometimes you'll get in right at the close of the bar. Sometimes if it's a fast bar, you might not get in until the other side. That's fine. These are not 10 or 20 tick scalp trades. I'm going to be looking for my first target because I'm already up at the midline, up at the outer edge of the bands, and then I'll push my second all the way out. So I went ahead and entered market, got in right here. Immediately I'm ticked up 40 some odd ticks, and then I'm going to adjust my targets and stops as soon as I place my trade. Okay, look how beautifully that market is already going. So you've got to move these fast. I got my first target with two of my micros already taken off. And then I've pushed my second one all the way out to that recent swing high, okay? I absolutely feel confident that it could reach here and then maybe even break it. So as soon as we start to get into some positive territory, I'm going to go to break even and then start to trail. I'm trailing 4, 5, 6 bars back below my Heikin Ashi bars. And then if I see a recent swing, I'm going to stay below that swing low. If I get another swing low, I'll move up below that swing low, and I'm going to keep riding this as far as I potentially can. And you can see we're in this trade. It's only about 2 minutes or so. Nice, steady move. You could trail this very tightly right under your Heikin Ashi bars 1 or 2 back. Okay? Actual price is in the gray shaded custom Renko bars. Now, our Renko bars are full tick Renko bars, okay? That's the only kind of Renko bar that will feed the algorithms inside of these indicators properly to give us the signals. Look how beautifully this just went, okay? This was a no-brainer trade, okay? It was simple to say, blowout news, look for longs, and I just waited for my first good long. We had a signal over here, but we didn't come outside of the bands far enough to take that signal. So we waited. Nice move outside of the bands, and there's my long. And we're just riding it up. Okay, my stop is now under this next swing low. And I'm looking for those Heikin Ashi bars to change to the darker blue to tell me trend is reversing and potentially coming down, or just slowing down a little bit. So now that the bars are smaller, I'm going to push my stop tighter, and then boom, I'm out, really almost to the tick for when this is starting to turn around. Now let's see what the total number of ticks or points on the trade is. Hang on one sec, we'll see the tick count in a minute. I'm just going to use my drawing tool and put that on there. And there we go. So for my first target, just to be safe, and I went right to break even. This was a no risk trade. 178 ticks right off the bat on my on 2 contracts. And then on my runner, I had a full 618 ticks all the way up, okay? So this was an easy 150 or so point trade. It doesn't take a lot of calculating. It did not take a lot of levels drawing. It did not take higher time frames. It strictly took a very clear view on your bias and waited for barely 10 minutes to get in the trade, and we were in the trade for no more than 5 or 6 minutes. So that's the AlgoIQ program, guys. Info at algo-iq.com. Excuse me, algo-iq.com. Look this week and next week for more information and the merging of the Algo-IQ YouTube channel into the Prop Trading Indicators channel, where we'll also have the pivot point group indicators there. For all of you who are already familiar with it and those that are interested in it, we will be doing specials on both. We will be introducing the TickBlaze AlgoIQ program in a joint venture with TickBlaze, hopefully in the next few weeks. I'm shooting for getting on the release schedule in March. So stay tuned, more to follow, and I will see you in the next one.